Exploring neuroscience and the human nervous system.
Introduction. The human nervous system serves as the intricate communication network within the body, responsible for transmitting signals between different parts of the body and the brain. Neuroscience forms a critical component of naturopathic medicine, providing insights into the complex interactions between the brain, nervous system, and overall health. This educational module delves into the intricacies of neurochemistry, brain anatomy, and the human nervous system, highlighting their significance in holistic healthcare. We will additionally explore the anatomy and functions of the nervous system, including the structure and function of neurons, the fundamental units of the nervous system, and the role of the vagus nerve in regulating various bodily functions. Neurochemistry. Neurochemistry is the branch of science that focuses on the chemical processes and substances involved in nervous system function. It explores the role of neurotransmitters, hormones, and other signaling molecules in regulating neuronal activity, mood, cognition, and behavior. Key concepts in neurochemistry. 1. Neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters are chemical messengers that transmit signals between neurons or from neurons to other cells, e.g., muscles or glands. Examples of neurotransmitters include serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine, and gamma-aminobutyric acid, GABA. Imbalances in neurotransmitter levels have been implicated in various mental health disorders, highlighting the importance of neurochemical balance for overall well-being. 2. Hormones. Hormones produced by the endocrine system also play a crucial role in neurochemistry. For example, cortisol, the primary stress hormone, influences mood, cognition, and stress response. Similarly, thyroid hormones regulate metabolism and brain function, while sex hormones such as estrogen and testosterone influence mood, libido, and cognitive function. 3. Neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity refers to the brain's ability to reorganize and adapt in response to environmental stimuli, learning, and experience. It underlies processes such as memory formation, skill acquisition, and recovery from brain injury. Understanding the mechanisms of neuroplasticity can inform interventions aimed at optimizing brain function and promoting neuroregeneration. Brain anatomy. Brain anatomy encompasses the structure and organization of the brain, including its major regions, lobes, and functional areas. A basic understanding of brain anatomy is essential for comprehending neurological disorders, cognitive processes, and the effects of naturopathic interventions on brain health. Key concepts in brain anatomy. 1. Cerebrum. The cerebrum is the largest and most highly developed part of the brain, responsible for higher cognitive functions such as reasoning, language, and decision-making. It is divided into two hemispheres, left and right, and further subdivided into four lobes: frontal, parietal, temporal, and occipital. 2. Brainstem. The brainstem is located at the base of the brain and serves as a conduit for sensory and motor signals between the brain and spinal cord. It regulates basic physiological functions such as heart rate, breathing, and consciousness. The brainstem consists of three main regions: the medulla oblongata, pons, and midbrain. 3. Cerebellum. The cerebellum, situated beneath the cerebrum and behind the brainstem, coordinates voluntary movements, balance, and posture. It contains densely packed neurons called Purkinje cells and plays a crucial role in motor learning and coordination. 4. The spinal cord. Extending from the brainstem, the spinal cord relays neural signals throughout the body, coordinating reflex actions and facilitating communication between the brain and the rest of the body. Human nervous system and enteric nervous system. The human nervous system comprises the central nervous system, CNS, consisting of the brain and spinal cord, and the peripheral nervous system, PNS, encompassing nerves and ganglia outside the CNS. The enteric nervous system, ENS, is a complex network of neurons embedded in the gastrointestinal tract, regulating digestive processes and gut-brain communication. Key concepts in the nervous system. 1. Central nervous system, CNS. The CNS integrates sensory information, processes motor commands, and coordinates higher cognitive functions. It is protected by the skull and spinal column and communicates with the rest of the body via the PNS. 2. Peripheral nervous system. PNS. The PNS transmits sensory information from the body to the CNS and conveys motor signals from the CNS to muscles and glands. It comprises sensory, afferent, and motor, efferent neurons, as well as autonomic neurons that regulate involuntary bodily functions. 3. Enteric nervous system. ENS. The ENS governs gastrointestinal motility, secretion, and blood flow, functioning autonomously but also communicating bidirectionally with the CNS via the vagus nerve. Dysregulation of the ENS has been linked to gastrointestinal disorders, stress-related conditions, and mental health issues. Clinical application in naturopathic practice. In naturopathic medicine, understanding neuroscience and the human nervous system is integral to addressing neurological and mental health concerns, optimizing brain function, and promoting overall well-being. By incorporating holistic approaches such as nutrition, lifestyle modifications, botanical medicine, and mind-body interventions, naturopathic practitioners aim to support neurochemical balance, neuroplasticity, and nervous system health. Understanding the anatomy and functions of the human nervous system. 1. Neurons. The building blocks of the nervous system. Neuron structure. Neurons are specialized cells that transmit information through electrical and chemical signals. They consist of a cell body, dendrites, receiving ends, and axons, transmitting ends. Neuron function. Neurons transmit signals in the form of action potentials, which are electrical impulses that travel along the axon. Neurotransmitters are chemicals released by neurons to transmit signals to other neurons or target cells. Synaptic transmission. Synapses are junctions between neurons where neurotransmitters are released to transmit signals. This process plays a crucial role in communication within the nervous system. 2. Functions of the vagus nerve. Anatomy of the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is the longest cranial nerve and plays a vital role in regulating various bodily functions, including heart rate, digestion, and immune response. Role in the parasympathetic nervous system. The vagus nerve is a major component of the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for promoting relaxation and restorative processes in the body. Gut-brain axis. The vagus nerve forms a bidirectional communication pathway between the brain and the gut, influencing mood, appetite, and gastrointestinal function. Stress response regulation. Activation of the vagus nerve helps dampen the body's stress response, promoting resilience and overall well-being. Clinical applications. Techniques such as vagus nerve stimulation have been used in naturopathic medicine to support various health conditions, including depression, anxiety, and gastrointestinal disorders. Conclusion. Neuroscience and the human nervous system offer valuable insights into the interplay between the brain, body, and environment. Through a holistic understanding of neurochemistry and brain anatomy, naturopathic practitioners can formulate personalized treatment plans to enhance neurological health and vitality in their patients. Understanding the anatomy and functions of the human nervous system, including the structure and function of neurons and the role of the vagus nerve, serves as cornerstones of naturopathic medicine. By incorporating this knowledge into clinical practice, practitioners can develop holistic treatment approaches that support optimal nervous system function and overall well-being. The heart-brain connection. Understanding the heart's neurological network. Traditionally perceived as a simple pump, the heart possesses a sophisticated neural network, often termed the heart-brain. With approximately 40,000 neurons, the heart demonstrates the ability to sense, process information, and even learn and remember independently of the cranial brain. In this module, we delve into the intricate connections between the heart and brain, exploring how this system communicates and influences various aspects of human physiology and psychology. 1. The heart's neurological network. Neuronal complexity. Contrary to its conventional portrayal, the heart harbors a complex network of neurons, contributing to its autonomous functionality. Sensory and cognitive abilities. The presence of neurons allows the heart to sense stimuli, process information, and exhibit learning and memory capabilities. Independent function. The heart-brain operates autonomously, facilitating communication with the brain through various pathways. 2. Communication channels between the heart and brain. Neurological transmission. Nerve impulses facilitate direct communication between the heart and brain, conveying vital information regarding physiological states. Biochemical signaling. Hormones and neurotransmitters serve as biochemical messengers, influencing emotional and cognitive functions. Biophysical interactions. Pressure waves generated by the heart impact brain activity, contributing to overall physiological regulation. Electromagnetic fields. The heart's electromagnetic field interacts with those of others, affecting emotional experiences and interpersonal dynamics. 3. Implications for emotional and cognitive health. Influence on emotions. Research in neurocardiology demonstrates that the heart sends more signals to the brain than it receives, significantly influencing emotional states and responses. Emotional regulation. Changes in the heart's electromagnetic field correspond to shifts in emotional states, highlighting its role in emotional regulation and well-being. Interpersonal dynamics. The heart's electromagnetic field extends beyond individual physiology, influencing the emotional experiences of those around us and facilitating interpersonal communication. The gut-brain connection. 1. Enteric nervous system. Often referred to as the second brain, the enteric nervous system comprises 500 million neurons, regulating digestive processes independently of the brain and spinal cord.
Zweiter Gut-Brain-Axis.
The vagus nerve facilitates bidirectional communication between the gut and brain, impacting physical sensations, emotional well-being, and mental health. 3. Microbiome influence. The gut microbiome produces neuroactive substances, influencing mood, sleep, appetite, and cognition, with dysbiosis potentially contributing to mental health disorders. Supporting the connections. Dietary interventions. Polyphenol-rich foods, fermented foods, and prebiotic supplements support gut health and microbiome balance, promoting optimal gut-brain communication. Mindful eating practices. Eating slowly and mindfully enhances digestion and nutrient assimilation, positively impacting the gut-brain axis and psychological well-being. Emotional and psychological support. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR, and mind-body practices help manage stress, supporting the heart-brain-gut connection. Central nervous system. The central nervous system consists of the brain, protected by the skull, and the spinal cord, which runs from the base of the brain down through the vertebral column. The brain is the control center, processing and interpreting sensory information, directing responses, and harboring our thoughts and emotions. The spinal cord acts as a conduit for messages between the brain and the body. The heart-brain coherence. True intelligence lies in the function of the whole brain, both hemispheres right and left. This is what scientists refer to as full brain functioning, which includes logic, creativity, emotion, and intuition, and comprises the alpha, theta, and delta states of consciousness. Using both logic and intuition from the higher states of consciousness, such as the alpha or theta states, is a key to using a higher percentage of your brain power. The most significant determinant is which hemisphere you prefer to use in responding to sensory input and external stimuli. This is referred to as preference dominance, which represents someone who predominantly reacts to life using their left hemisphere abilities and is referred to as left brain dominant, and vice versa. It is important to understand that your brain's dominance is a flexible and changeable asset. The ability to switch hemispheres, that is, to act upon the skills and talents of your appropriate hemisphere at the appropriate moment, is a mark of balance or wholeness in the individual. Although one may be dominant in one hemisphere, also termed hemispheric specialization, does not mean that the two hemispheres function independently of each other. The fibers of the corpus callosum link the two hemispheres, including their sensory information and motor commands. The left hemisphere is referred to as the categorical hemisphere and contains the general interpretive and speech centers, and is the hemisphere responsible for reading, writing, and speaking. It is also important for performing analytical tasks, such as calculations and logical decision-making. Some features of the left brain include logic, detail, calculating and organizing information, serial and linear, methodical, thinking in past and future tenses, single-task operations, feelings of separateness and isolation, judgment, and thinking in terms of language, which is our ongoing brain chatter. Creativity, intuition, and instincts are regarded as right hemisphere skills that perform analytical sensory information and relate the body to the sensory environment, which permits the identification of familiar objects by collectively using the basic five senses in addition to the intuitive senses, such as the six senses, more than one, as well. The right hemisphere is referred to as the representational hemisphere. Some of these right brain attributes include parallel processing, multitasking, somatosensory sensations, present tense, feelings of connection and unity, sociality, interaction, artistic, intuitive, meaning and purpose, philosophy, spirituality, peace, and euphoria. The right and left brain are sometimes referred to as feminine or masculine aspects of the brain, because in general, feminine traits tend to be more dominant in the creative, spiritual, and intuitive aspects of the right brain, and most masculine traits tend to be more dominant in their logical left brain aspects, although every male and female possess both masculine and feminine qualities and is not gender-specific. These are represented by a balance in duality, such as the yin and the yang. Both are vital to our physical, mental, and spiritual health as well as our advancement, both as a unit and individually, as we each demonstrate a harmonious blend of strength and nurturing, as well as become balanced in both our masculine and feminine drives. Just as we need to use both legs to walk effectively, we need to use both hemispheres of the brain, including thought and emotion, full brain consciousness, conscious and subconscious, to respond to life in a balanced fashion. By engaging in the full brain via both the right and left brain hemispheres, we are activating our full mind potential and the heart-mind coherence, otherwise known as mindfulness, versus operating from a right or left brain dominance, i.e., operating from a single mind/ego, which is the limited brain. Thus, we discover our creative intelligence from our naturally manufactured internal resources. 90 out of 10 brain function. The subconscious mind makes up approximately 90% of the brain, and the conscious mind makes up approximately 10% of the brain. Therefore, as we engage both hemispheres, we are activating our full brain capacity. The subconscious, conscious, right, and left brain hemispheres. Using neuropeptides as the indication, our body-mind retrieves or represses emotions and behaviors. These discoveries are important in appreciating how memories are stored not only in the brain, but in a psychosomatic network extending into the body, particularly in the ubiquitous receptors between nerve cells and bundles of cell bodies, ganglia, which are distributed not just in and near the spinal cord, but also along pathways to internal organs and the surface of our skin. The same molecules that run every system in our bodies, our digestion, our breathing, our disease-fighting immune system, are the basis of our emotions, including our feelings, our beliefs and subconscious mind, and even our memories. The decision about what becomes a thought, rising to consciousness, and what remains an undigested thought pattern, buried at a deeper level in the body, is mediated by the receptors. The fact that memory is stored at the receptor level means that memory processes are emotion-driven and unconscious, but can be made conscious as we awaken to them, says Dr. Candice Pert, Ph.D. Recent discoveries suggest that the physical brain is the conscious mind and the body is the unconscious mind, an entire intellectual network we need to become more familiar with by listening to it and communicating with it. Thus, there is an appropriate term in place: body-mind. Ancient wisdom is abundant, but it is up to the willingness of each individual to learn, awaken, and arouse their faculties to a higher state of consciousness, bringing us to our wholeness and awareness of who we truly are. The art of allowing and receiving. Embracing a mindset of readiness and receptivity opens the floodgates to positive and immediate shifts in our reality. When we cultivate a sense of openness and willingness to receive, we create fertile ground for abundance to flow effortlessly into our lives. This engagement of heart-mind coherence ignites a profound connection, amplifying our capacity to manifest our deepest desires and aspirations. Therefore, when we feel blocked or limited, we are not in the open or flow state of receiving. Here's a classic tip to achieve the open state. Practice gratitude. We've all heard it before, but it's the shortcut and fastest track to shifting. Expressing gratitude, a path to fulfillment. As we bask in the glow of gratitude and receptivity, we embody the essence of heart-mind connection. This sacred union of heart and mind transcends mere cognitive processes, infusing our consciousness with a sense of unity and wholeness. Through this alignment, we unlock the innate wisdom and creative potential residing within us, propelling us toward our highest aspirations and dreams. It is essential to recognize and celebrate our inherent strengths, resilience, and capacity for growth, acknowledging strengths and triumphs as a catalyst for growth. To embody gratitude fully, we must learn to appreciate the present moment and the blessings it holds. By consciously acknowledging what we have gained and what we can appreciate about our current circumstances, we shift our focus from lack to abundance. Through the power of gratitude, we align ourselves with the flow of universal abundance, opening our hearts to receive the fulfillment of our desires. One powerful strategy for increasing our vibration and self-worth is to regularly reflect on our strengths, talents, and victories. By consciously acknowledging our accomplishments and the lessons learned from challenges, we reinforce a positive belief in ourselves. Each obstacle overcome becomes a testament to our resilience and inner strength, fostering a deep sense of self-worth and empowerment. By celebrating our strengths, triumphs, and blessings, we cultivate a deep sense of self-worth and empowerment. Through the practice of gratitude, we open ourselves to the abundant possibilities that surround us, welcoming the fulfillment of our deepest desires with open arms. The triad, brain, heart, and gut. Interconnected functions. The brain, heart, and gut work synergistically to maintain homeostasis, with bidirectional communication influencing physiological and emotional states. Role of the vagus nerve. As the longest cranial nerve, the vagus nerve regulates heart rate, breathing, digestion, inflammation, and mood, playing a pivotal role in the gut-brain axis. Naturopathic approaches. Vagus nerve stimulation and holistic interventions focus on supporting vagal tone and overall nervous system health to optimize the triad of health. Conclusion. The emerging field of neurocardiology sheds light on the profound connection between the heart and brain, transcending their traditional roles. Understanding the intricate connections between the heart, brain, and gut is essential in naturopathic medicine. By harnessing the capabilities of the heart's neurological network and addressing the interplay between these systems through dietary, lifestyle, and emotional interventions, practitioners can promote holistic health via emotional resilience, cognitive health, and interpersonal well-being in their patients, emphasizing the importance of the mind-body connection in achieving optimal health.